The skies are petty blue at the start of Season 24 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series as we are set for the Great American Race, the main event, the Daytona 500, as we're set for 30 laps of all-out racing and excitement on this racetrack here that is the world's center of speed. Here, so let's get the start line for this running event. After all the qualifying races and all the qualifying and the preliminaries and everything, this is it. The start of the season. On the pole at 188 miles an hour, it is car number 20, the Dollar General Toyota of Emmanuel Hartnett. He has the pole for today's event. He'll be alongside the number 6 Valvoline Ford of Ryan Brommer. He's alongside in this row. Row 2 is the Gatorade Twin 125 qualifier winners. Levi McIntyre in the Aflac Ford Fusion car number 99. He won the first race of the 125, so he'll be alongside car number 8, Rob Evans. He was the winner of the second 125 qualifier, the number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet. Third row has Zach Rogers, car 33 in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, and number 5, it is Jay Jefferson in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Fourth row, Quentin Moore in car 89, the Racing for Jesus Dodge, and car number 40, the other Dodge, it is the Coors Light Dodge of Sky Commons. Fifth row has Season 19 Daytona 500 champion Charles Sanford in the DuPont Chevrolet car 24. He'll be alongside Jackson Haywood, a rookie in this series, the number 7 Exide Barriers Ford. Sixth row, Benjamin Miles in the Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford car number 21. He'll be alongside the number 19 Dodge Dealers Dodge of Carson Gum. That is the Casey Atwood number 19, not Jeremy Mayfield. Next row down has Kev Shearer in car 00, the Aaron Stream Machine Toyota. And beside him, Kyle Matthews in the number 42 Coors Light Pontiac. Next row down has number 48 Michael Whitman in the Lowe's Chevrolet, and number 4 the Kodak Film Chevrolet of William Brock. Next row down, Ryan George in number 15 Ford Quality Care Ford. He'll be alongside car number 30 Shane Lake in the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next row down, Mitchell Collins in car number 11, the FedEx Ground Toyota. He'll be alongside Jeremy Diaz in number 71, the Team Realtree Chevrolet. Next row down has car 18, Matt Haas, back with us right again in the Interstate Barriers Pontiac. And Keith Batson back with us right again in car 88, the Ford Quality Care Services Ford Taurus. He's up 1 year from on the body style from last season. He's in a 2000 Taurus. Next row down, James Henry in car 31, the Singular Wireless Chevrolet, and number 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac. Next row down, Phil Parker in number 25, the UAW Delphi Chevrolet, and number 9, Zachary Fitzwater in the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Next row down, Matthew Logan in 32, the Tide Pontiac, and number 12, Johnny Gardner, the Alltel Mobile One Dodge. He'll be alongside. This is the car that Rob Evans drove the victory last season as a Mobile One Ford. Except with the Dodge engine, obviously. Next row down has Seth Cullen, 98, the K-Love Ford, and the number 16 Family Channel Ford of Paul Minnick is alongside. Next row down, Zach Winkle, and number 26, the Irwin Tools Ford, and number 55, the Aaron Stream Machine Toyota of Daniel Bouchard out of Michael Waltrip Racing. Next row down, Dylan Poteet in 22, the Caterpillar Pontiac, and the other Dylan Young in the number 2, the Miller Lite Dodge. Next row down has number 14, Tristan Allen in the Office Depot Chevrolet, and Jessica Shelton, the defending series champion, number 17, the Walt Ford. Next row down has Jesse Turner in number 01, the U.S. Army Pontiac, and Joshua Osborne in the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet, Bass Pro Shops Toyota car 78. Next row down has Kat Batson in the 28 Texaco Haviland Ford, and Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3. And starting shotgun to be able to be car number 1, Nathan Orman in the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet. So the field getting set for 30 laps of racing as we're about ready to start the season off with the Daytona 500. Here comes the command to fire the engines for the Great American Race.
Drivers, start those engines!
So pretty much the entire field getting going here, and like I said, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned this to the 125s, 25s. There was this one YouTuber I kept skipping, by the way. I kept ignoring his request for a ride in my sign up videos, and my apologies to him. But seriously, my problem is I do not want a field full of unknown names, and everything. So I don't know if and with all the fake names people sign up in offline leagues anymore nowadays, I don't know if the person's legit or if he's a fake name. So that was pretty much my problem there. So anyway, we're set to go. I only stick with names that I pretty much known or heard of. You know what I'm saying, in the series. So anyway, with all that said, let's get to racing here today at the Daytona 500. Emmanuel Hartnett, car 20, the Home Depot Dollar General Toyota on the pole for this event. He'll be alongside a Ford of number 6. That is Ryan Brommer alongside. Pace car about to duck off turn number 4. If you notice anything different about this Daytona, it is the Daytona 1999 track is what we're doing here today. Pace car yourself on the pit road. Green flag waves and boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. On the brakes, side by side, slight advantage goes to Emmanuel Hartnett as they go into turn number 1. Levi McIntyre trying for second position on Ryan Brommer as the speed button is starting to build up over 170 miles an hour as they come off turn number 2. Pole speed was 188 miles an hour set by the pole sitter, of course, Emmanuel Hartnett. As they come down the backstretch in the third turn here, now they're pushing over 180 miles an hour into turn number 3. Takes a while for these restrictor plate engines to get the full song, about a lap and a half. Across the start finish line they come here. Emmanuel Hartnett leads the first lap. First lap tied at 166.497 miles per hour. On board, Cole Bieber's car. He has one number 3 in-car cameras for the Daytona 500. He, Jessica Shelton, and Kyle Matthews will be the 3 carrying our in-car cameras today. And there you get the contrast of what it's like from Bieber all the way up to the leader, Levi McIntyre. Here comes Quentin Moore to the low side. He's going to take the lead away from McIntyre. And going into turn number 1, he will do so. Quentin Moore in the Racing for Jesus Dodge goes to the lead. Charles Samper in second position. And Benjamin Miles in the 21 car. That's the 2011 Quick Lane Motorcraft scheme that Trevor Bain took the victory in the 500 back in 2011. Miles would like to find that magic inside that car for this race. Several cars in the field that are driving cars from seasons that a particular driver won the 500. Like for example, we have Benjamin Miles driving the 2011 Trevor Bain scheme. Charles Samper's Jeff Gordon scheme is in 1997, one of the years he won the 500. Gordon did at least. And Keith Batson driving a 2000 quick quality care scheme that Dale Jarrett drove the 2000 Daytona 500 title. Meantime, Benjamin Miles goes to the lead in car number 21, and also the number 4 Kodak scheme. Well, that is the 1995 Sterling Marlin scheme, and that's one of the years Marlin won the 500. That's what William Brock is driving. In the meantime, Kev Shear goes to the top spot. Shear's best finish in the 500 is second place. Some seasons back. Driving the double zero Aaron Street Machine Toyota. That is not because he likes David Rudiman. The double zero is the reason why he has the double zero car. Is because he likes Landon Castle. So that as it happens here he goes into turn number 1. That's really why he picked that number, not because of the driver, not because of the scheme, but because of the driver he likes. And gotta give a call to one of the rookies, Jackson Haywood, in his first Castrol GTX Cup Series race. He goes to the inside of Shear for the lead, and he's going to take it. He's got the line in the third turn now, and William Brock follows through in the number 4 Kodak Film Chevy. And here comes number 11. That is the car of Mitchell Collins. His only Castrol GTX Cup Series victory came in this track, but it was in the Pepsi 400 some seasons back. The season we ran the 1993 car set for the Cup 90 mod. And that was back in season 21 when we ran when he won that race. James Henry of the 3rd position, and another rookie up there in the number 32 car. That is Matthew Logan. He's up in the top 5 now. 26 cars. Zach Winkle's up there. Seth Cole in 98, driving for his own team, Interstate Motorsports, and he's driving the Kayla Ford, picking up the sponsorship from the Christian radio station. So proves Quentin Moore is not the only one that went high above for a sponsor, obviously. So. But anyway, all kidding aside, though, some good to see sponsors like that come into this sport, obviously. Seth's now trying for the top 5 position. Dylan Poteet behind him. Here comes Matthew Logan in 32 to the low side. He looks low on Mitchell Collins as William Brock continues to lead the field in a number 4 Kodak Film Chevy. And that car was usually strong on the plate tracks, no matter no matter if it was Sterling Marlin driving or if it was Ernie Irvin driving that car. F4 car was always strong on the plate tracks at Daytona and Talladega. 7 laps in the books. Just an explosive start to this 500 and so far at Daytona. Averaging so far 190.686 miles an hour. And here comes another rookie, Jeremy Diaz in 71. The Team Rotary Chevrolet. They're 3 wide off turn number 2 between he, Shane Lake, and Matthew Logan. And then you got the 43 car. That's another drive change here. That is Mike Becker driving the 43, not Joshua Collard. It's Mike Becker, actually. Collard, I don't know if he's retired from NR offline or not, but still. But that's Mike Becker driving the wheel of that number 43 car. And look who's one of the drivers coming up from the back of the pack now, coming up through the field. Joshua Osborne in 78. He's not yet won this 500 before. Driving number 78 Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. This is the 2nd season in a row. Osborne has driven a car of one of his favorite drivers. Last season he had the Jeff Burton cars from 1999. This season he's got the Martin Truex Jr. cars from 2016 right now. Let's hope the same thing doesn't happen to him that happened to Truex in 2016. That was finished second by Eyelash to Denny Hamlin. And meantime is Dylan and Seth's show as they come through turns 3 and 4. Dylan Poteet, the 2-time 500 champion in this series, moves to the lead now in 22. And here comes the 71 of Jeremy Diaz in the Team Realtree Chevy. He looks slow on the track, looking for the lead, and he's about to take it into turn number 1. And no, he will not. Poteet keeps the number 1 spot. Fast speed race so far, 197.537 by the guy running in 3rd position right now, Paul Minnick. In the 3rd turn they come here. Osborne to the low side, looking for 4th position. Quentin Moore behind him. Rob Evans, the defending 500 champion, making the move from Penske to DEI, number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet. And look who's behind him in a 17 car, Jessica Shelton. She is not running the full season. She's running 10 races this season. I said it was 6 in the 125 qualifiers, but it's not. That's actually not it. So she's running 10 races this season, plus the Winston All-Star race at Charlotte. That makes it 11. But the All-Star race obviously does not count for points. So Dylan Young behind her. Young started this race in 32nd position. Shelton started 36th. And here comes Osborne for the lead, and he's got it in turn number 3. The Pride of Van Leer, Kentucky, out in front now. And as they go through the 3rd and 4th turns now, here comes number 89, Quentin Moore for 2nd place. And Rob Evans behind, as well as Shelton. On board Jessica Shelton's car. Car number 17. She rides fourth right now. And there's the view from Kyle Matthews' perspective, number 42. That's what he's got so far. Matthews has clocked 13th last time. He's about to be on the verge of the top 10 run right now. And Cole Deaver not that far behind him in number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevy. Shelton got moved up the track meanwhile. Deaver that time by clocked in 13th position. So Osborne continues to lead this race here. Here comes Rob Evans to the low side, number 8. As he looks low, Dylan Young stuck up high. And here comes 30, Shane Lake with a head of steam in the third turn. As he's bringing Kyle Matthews with him in 42, 28, Cat Batson, 3, Cole Deaver, 40 of Sky Commons. And another dodge behind Commons, that's Johnny Gardner, number 12, the first ever Daytona 500 champion in this series. He won it in season 1. And here comes Matthews to the low side, nothing doing as Shane Lake takes the lead in car number 30. Shane Lake had a really good run the last time he was at Daytona in the Pepsi 400 last season. And we're almost halfway home in this 500. As this time by will complete the 14th lap. We'll have 16 to go this time by. Averaging 192 miles an hour so far in this race. As Batson, who started this race in 39th position, Deaver started 40th in this race, and he's at the 4th. And here comes Cole Deaver as he takes that GM Goodwrench Chevy up to the number 1, at the number 3 spot. As he's bringing Kyle Matthews, as he's running by behind Kyle Matthews and Shane Lake at the moment. Riding with Cole Deaver in car number 3. And there's Rubber Camper and Deaver's car looking right at Sky Commons in that Coors Light Dodge. Down the night section, here comes a pair of Dodges. That's Commons and Gardner to the low side. Halfway home in this race here, by the way, 15 to go, down and 15 to go. Gardner at the 3rd spot. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater, number 9, up the 4th. Hendrick Motorsports with 4 cars this season, by the way. The 9, the 5, the 25, and of course the 24. Penske still with 3 cars. Yates still with 2 cars. Or I should say Penske's with 2 cars. Yates is with 2 cars as well. Sapco Racing with 2 cars, a Dodge and a Ford. Or Dodge and a Pontiac, excuse me. Here comes Sky Commons to the low side looking for the lead on Shane Lake. And he's going to bring Jay Jefferson in the 5 with him, as well as Seth Cole at number 6. Ryan Brommer, the outside pole sitter for this event. And right there behind, Ryan George in 15 and Nathan Orman in number 1. And here comes Jefferson to the low side. He looks to the low side. He pushes Commons up the track. Jefferson has a plate win this season in his career in this series. He came at Talladega a couple seasons back. And now they're lining up. They're going to pace this race and start it all over again. What racing we're seeing here at Daytona. Into the third turn, he comes. Seth Cole up to the low side now. He's in second, trying for second place. And you got several drivers hungry on wanting to win this fight. Daytona 500. Keith Batson in 88's one of them. He's tried for so long. Deaver wants to win this 500 himself as well. Matthews, he's won this race before. He knows the feeling in season 23, I think it was. So season 22 when he won it, actually. Emmanuel Hartnett's known the feeling. He's won this 500 before in that number 20 car. He was a pulser for the event. Zach Rogers is behind. There's Mitchell Collins and Jessica Shelton. In the meantime, battle for the lead. Looking to the low side is Seth Cole. He's going to try to take the lead on Jefferson. He's going to take it into turn number 3. And here comes number 6. That is the car of Ryan Brommer. $11 laps to go in this 500. There'll be 10 to go this next time by. Again, fast lap of this race over 197.5 miles an hour. The fastest lap of this race so far, averaging 193 so far after 19 laps. And there comes number 1, Nathan Ormond to the low side as he looks for the lead. And it's Ormond going to the first place now. In the second goes the rookie, Matthew Logan in 32. And look who's in third, Keith Batson. To the start-finish line to come. Get ready for 10 laps to go. Ormond deploying first. Second position, Logan. Third, Batson. Fourth, Jesse Turner. Fifth is Hartnett. Here comes Logan to the low side. Batson hung up high. Here comes Jesse Turner, number 01. He's another one that wants to win another race. He's come so close. He came so close a couple of times last season. Hartnett to the low side of Batson. That's not going to work. And here they come off turn number 4. Pontiac now has the first 2 spots. A pair of 03 Pontiacs to be exact. 9 laps to go. Through turns 1 and 2 they come here. Matthew Logan, car 32 out in front. Here comes Turner. Zach Rogers up there in the 33 car. Then you got a pair of rookies right behind the 17 of Jessica Shelton there. That's number 14, Tristan Allen, and the number 7 car of Jackson Haywood. The newest member of the KAB Enterprises team. That's Keith Batson's Legion of Fords. And Matt Haas here still sticking with that same run as he did last season. Here he had this ride last season and won race at Rockingham, where we're going to next on the tour for the GM Goodwrench 400. Levi McIntyre right behind, Phil Parker right behind, Kev Shearer, Benjamin Miles, Rob Evans. Any of those drivers can win this race here. And here comes Mitchell Collins to the low side for second place. Logan still holding that top spot. And they're going to bring Jessica Shelton along. She's up to 3rd position now as they come off turn number 4. Allen to the low side. Shelton throws the block as they come to the start-finish line. Shelton for 2nd place. On board, Jessica Shelton. She goes to the lead now. Car number 17. And here comes Tristan Allen to the low side. Number 14. He's not yet led this race. Jackson Haywood, I think, has led a lap so far. Shelton has not led a lap yet. And to the low side comes McIntyre. He looks for 4th place, and he's going to take it. Come up to number 4. Six laps to go. Haywood to the low side. He's going to take second position from the 14 car Tristan Allen as they come into turn number 1. Matthew Logan up the fourth position, back up the fourth position now as he goes back to the low side. Kev Shearer is behind him, as is Benjamin Miles. And got to give a call to the 48 car, Michael Whitman. He's now in this mix now in the 48 Jimmy Johnson colors. And here comes McIntyre for second spot. And he's taking it. Boxy versus Thrash Maniac now in the top 2 spots. Sorry, I cannot resist that joke. Actually, it's not really a joke, but anyway, you know what I mean. 5 laps to go. In the turn number 1, Kev Shearer for second place, and he's got it. He's going to bring Benjamin Miles with him at the third position now. Whitman trying for fourth, and he's going to take it here. Here comes number 4, William Brock. 31 car, that is the car of James Henry. And here comes Kev Shearer for the lead on Shelton. And he'll take it. Kev Shearer to the number 1 spot now. He's going to bring Michael Whitman with him in the number 4 car, William Brock, James Henry, Mike Becker, and Poteet's up there as well, number 22. 4 laps to go. "41 cars within 2 seconds apart, over 2 seconds, within under 2 seconds apart. Any one of these drivers can win this race." Whitman to the lead, Brock to second. Here comes James Henry up to third position now. Off the fourth turn they come. 3 laps to go. And you got some drivers leading the charge to the low side of the track here. Cat Batson up to 6th place now, number 28. Question is, what's the best spot to be in? And actually, a better statement is, get yourself in a perfect position you want to be in for that last lap. And as the old saying goes, the best thing you do on any given day is put yourself in a position to win, and circumstances will dictate the outcome. May see something like that here today in the 500. 2 laps to go now. Mike Becker for the lead. He's got it. Cat Batson behind him. And you also got Dylan Young. Paul Minnick is up there. Kyle Minnick, he wants that second 500 win himself. Off turn number 2 they come. Dylan Young is going to make the move on Cat Batson. Looks like he's going to. White flag this time by Cat Batson. She won the last time he was on the plate track at Talladega in the Die Hard 500 last season. Can she do it here today in the 500, or will Mike Vicker take the legendary 43 to victory lane to the start-finish line? White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Let the shuffle begin in the Daytona 500. Here we go. Paul Mink to the left side. He's going to spoil the party for Dylan Young. In the turn number 1 they go. Becker deploys first. What's going to happen on the backstretch now? Does Batson make a move? Minnick's going to spoil that in the 16 car. Here comes Batson to the high side of the track. Nothing doing. Mike Becker keeps the lead in turn number 3. Paul Minnick to the left side for second place. He's got it. Now he's going to make a move on turn number 4. What's going to happen here? Off the fourth turn they come. Mike Becker out in front. Minnick trying to look to the low side. It's not going to happen. The season 24 Daytona 500 goes to Mike Becker. He wins the Daytona 500 for season 24. What a sight that is to see. The legendary King Richard Petty 43 back in victory lane at Daytona. What a sight that is. Second place to Paul Minnick. Third to Zach Winkle. Fourth place to Daniel Bouchard. A great start for him this season. Cat Batson the fifth. Joshua Osborne sixth. Seventh to Kyle Matthews. Eighth to Quentin Moore. Ninth, Dylan Young. And Jeremy Diaz finishes in 10th position. Average speed 193.802. The average speed of this race. And what a sight that was. The Daytona 500 did not disappoint this season as far as great competition here today. And the King Richard Petty colors heads to the hallowed ground, Daytona's victory lane in the Daytona 500. Rest of the finishing order: William Brock comes home in 11th. 12th will go to Ryan Brommer. Michael Whitman 13th. Nathan Orman 14th. James Henry 15th. 16th to Johnny Gardner. Dylan Poteet 17th. Kev Shearer 18th. Carson Gunn matches his car number in 19th. And Jessica Shelton comes home in 20th. Cole Bieber 21st. Benjamin Miles, Zachary Fitzwater, Levi McIntyre 24th. Ryan George, Jackson Haywood, Shane Lake, Charles Sanford, Rob Evans, and Matthew Logan, the top 30 in today's event. The rest of the finishing order for you here: Jay Jefferson, Matt Haas, Matt Mitchell Collins, Tristan Allen, Seth Cole, Jesse Turner, Emmanuel Hartnett. The pole sitter comes home in 37th. Sky Cummins, Keith Batson, Phil Parker, and Zach Rogers was the final finishing order here in today's race. But a great Daytona 500 we have here today in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. As here's some great racing and excitement here. And no fuel mileage strategy this time in the 500. This time as opposed to last season. And it all ends up with Mike Becker picking up his first Daytona 500 title. And a great start to the season for him. And so with all that said here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got interraces, gaming videos, whatever present on the NNSCRA stuff goes our Switch channel. And be sure to check out our other offline series on this channel. The Duracell Cup Series was our All Pro Series. And to subscribe and to keep up on the Marvel Studios Cup Series, be sure to subscribe to Thrash Media 899's channel, and he'll get you going in that series. So that all said here. The next race on the tour will be at Rockingham, North Carolina, and in the GM Goodrich Service 400. And the season is underway in the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 24. As our congratulations again to Mike Becker, the season 24 Daytona 500 champion. And for now, this is James Cole from the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at Rockingham.